Let's look into how tariffs will affect us, the consumer. Let's dive into it. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Frank Talks Money. Real quick guys, you know what it is. Please smash that like button. The more likes the video receives, the more the algorithm will share the video with more like-minded people like you and me. Now let's get right into the content. So guys, I want to have a quick discussion or relay some quick information on how tariffs will affect us, the consumer. Let's get into it. Most of the products Americans buy today, whether it's a new car, jeans, iPhones, whatever, rely on foreign manufacturing or imported materials. When tariffs are imposed, those costs increase, and companies always pass on the difference to the paying consumer. We'll be paying the price, not the corporations. While politicians claim that tariffs will punish foreign countries or corporations, the reality is that the burden falls on the consumers. Companies don't just absorb that cost. They raise their prices to maintain their profits, passing on the cost to the consumers, always. This means everyday consumers end up footing the bill for trade wars, even if they never asked for them in the first place. While corporations continue making record profits, you'll see your paycheck stretch less and less. Your paycheck just won't keep up with tariffs. Wages have already struggled to keep up with inflation, and tariffs will only make the matters worse. As businesses face higher costs, they'll be less likely to give out raises or even hire new employees. That just means more work for the employees that already work there because the companies don't want to hire new people. Guys, if you're still here, smash that like button for me, please. Guys, if you're still here, smash that like button for me, please. If prices keep rising, but salaries stay stagnant, the average American will find themselves working harder just to afford the same things they used to be able to buy. The gap between the income and expenses is already wide, and tariffs could make it even worse. Our bills will skyrocket. Think tariffs only affect shopping? Think again. Utility costs, gas prices, and even rent could increase if trade restrictions make it more expensive to produce and transport goods. For families already struggling to keep up with rising costs, higher bills will only add more financial stress and pressure. Instead of bringing economic relief, tariffs could make it even harder and harder to make ends meet. When the cost of doing business increases, one of the first places companies cut back on is their labor force. If tariffs make materials and production more expensive, businesses may have no choice but to lay off workers to stay afloat. Guys, we are already experiencing this in the government. Mass layoffs are already happening in the government. That doesn't have anything to do with tariffs, but if tariffs start to take a toll on businesses in the private sector, businesses will start to lay off workers. Workers get laid off, the economy slows, unemployment goes up. That is a recipe for disaster, guys. That's a recipe for disaster. The supply chain crisis will get even worse. We all remember the supply chain nightmare of the recent years with COVID. Empty shelves, months-long delivery delays, and skyrocketing costs. Tariffs could make that a problem once again and permanently. When international trade becomes more expensive and complicated, getting products into the country becomes a logistical mess. That means longer wait times, product shortages, and even higher prices. Inflation is going to skyrocket. When I hear the word inflation, I just cringe. Inflation has already hit hard, and tariffs will only add fuel to the fire. By making imported goods more expensive, the overall cost of living will continue to climb. Everyday Americans will feel the effects at the grocery store, at the gas pump, and even in the utility bills. If inflation keeps rising, the dream of financial stability will feel further and further out of reach. Some companies won't survive the financial strain of trade wars. Businesses that rely on global supply chains may be forced to shut down entirely if tariffs cut too deeply into their profit margins. This means some of your go to brands, whether in fashion, electronics, or food, could disappear altogether. The retail landscape could change drastically as smaller businesses fail to compete with rising costs. Guys, the bottom line is tariffs, while our president may think they're a good thing, I'm not here to debate that. But all I know is tariffs is not good for the American people. Inflation is going to rise. Costs are going to rise. Everything that we're used to purchasing is going to rise. Cars, gas, energy, utility bills, clothing, food. It's just not going to be good, guys. It's just not going to be good. So, guys, I urge all of you right now, buckle up, tighten up your belt buckles, tighten up your financial strings, start looking at ways you can cut costs. Because if we get deeply into this trade war, it's not going to be good for the American people. So, guys, just wanted to have that quick talk on tariffs and how tariffs will affect the American people. It's going to have a drastic effect on us, guys, financially. I'm wishing the best for all of us. Guys, please like this video, share the video, and most important, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, Frank Talks Money. And with that, guys, always remember, financial decisions you make today will impact your financial life tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Frank Talks Money. I am out.